What's up, guys? Blade Master here. You're watching the Wolf of Freeman's Total War channel, and this is yet another Total War Rome 2 battle replay. In this one, I've taken Armenia, and my opponent has taken Parthia, and we're fighting in the map of Bukhara, which is a really fun map, and it's one of the new maps that were released. This is actually one of the first couple of matches that I played in Emperor's Edition. So in this one, the map is really fun actually because I started here completely hidden in the forest, and my opponent started completely with a massive hill advantage. So each player has his own significant advantage, and it's up to you to deploy your army and utilize your tactics effectively enough to entice your opponent to lose his advantage and attack into your favorite position. Anyways, as I said, I've taken Armenia. I've brought a total of 4 horse archers, a couple on my left and a couple on my right. I immediately moved my army to deploy on this side, just over here, and put my guys on this line so that they would be able to attack his forces who would be without the whole tree protection. So he's advancing with his horse archers. They are armored, so they have a pretty distinct advantage from my regular horse archers. On top of that, I've put my guys on heavy shot as well, or no, not yet. I believe I put them on heavy shot very quickly. But yeah, those guys have a very massive advantage. The armored versions really do make a difference. So as you can see over here, I've got a lot of skirmishers. I've brought a couple of eastern archers whom I'm going to keep on my flanks, and then in the middle I've got 3 eastern slingers. Behind them I've brought only a spear line, a total of 3 Persian hoplites and 1 noble spearman general. Finally, I've brought a lot of cavalry killing power, a couple of Persian cavalry and 1 Azat Knight on either flank, so you can see them over here as well. And like I said earlier, I've got a total of 4 horse archers as well. Now, my opponent Murakami has brought a camel cataphract and a royal cataphract on either flank. We can see the other one over here. He's also brought a whole bunch of horse archers, and he's overextended with these guys really early on in the game. He hasn't seen my eastern archers. As you can see over here, they're still hidden. So again, this just plays to my advantage, and this is why I really like this map. He overextended, which is a big mistake, and it's going to cost him big because I've got 5 eastern slingers and some eastern archers here who are just going to lose a massive volley of rocks and arrows on this 1 unit of Sarmatian horse archers. These guys are not armored, so they are going to fall really quickly. As you can see, wow, they're just getting destroyed. Already down to half strength in just about half a second. So yeah, I've destroyed that 1 unit, but he's got a whole bunch of other horse archers. He brought a total of 6. So 2 armored horse archers and a total of 4 Sarmatian horse archers. Besides them, a camel cataphract and a royal cataphract on each side, 3 Parthian swordsmen, and finally 1 mercenary Indian war elephant unit. Now his horse archers are chasing off my regular horse archers, and these guys are losing really quickly. But I'm inflicting a couple of casualties on his armored version, but yeah, that's not going to matter too much. Here I'm going to attack his or charge his camel cataphracts with my Persian cavalry, and they're dropping pretty quickly. I really like Persian cavalry a lot, and that's because they, for a mid-tier shock cav unit, they are pretty strong. Here I'm going to charge in with my Azat Knights right onto this flank. Azat Knights are a lot more useful now, I would say. And they are going to attack his Royal Cataphract General unit. Here is the same case. I've charged in with my Persian cavalry, who are going to suffer a lot of casualties, but in this case it's going to look a bit better. It's the same strategy that I'm going to use. I'm going to make a big U-turn with my Azat Knights and then attack these guys from the rear. I've also got some horse archers to provide support fire, and I'm also bringing a Persian hoplites to support that flank. Here it's not going to go as well in my favor because my spear support is not as timely. But Azat Knights should be able to withstand and hold out in this fight for a long time. Now his horse archers have destroyed both my units of horse archers on this side, so that's going to Oh, actually no, they've killed off 1. They've chased off 1. The other one is at half strength and is just firing into this blob. Royal Cataphracts are really strong at this point. Azat Knights, for how much they cost, they don't have good enough staying power to warrant their high cost. Anyways, I basically sacrificed one of my Persian cavalry yeah, I basically sacrificed one of them because he was getting too close to my spear line, and I don't want that. So I just went ahead and charged one of these guys straight into his Parthian line, and I've just disrupted some of his swords and just bogged them down. Meanwhile, I'm giving enough time for my Persian hoplites to attack this flank and destroy his cavalry so that my units can get out of there as soon as possible. Here, he's got a couple of Sarmatian horse archers. My Azat Knights is just going to plow into the rears of these Cataphracts, these Royal Cataphracts and Camel Cataphracts. These guys are shaken and they've been completely exhausted because he used Trample. Now, this Persian cavalry, it hasn't done a lot of casualties, but strategically, I think it's helped me a lot. My Persian hoplites are completely in the midst of this battle now, and while my Azat Knights would have died, I can safely pull them out now and go ahead and charge into his onrushing Parthian swordsmen, who would be a threat, but as long as I disrupt them and make sure that they don't attack my spearmen, I should be able to destroy his general, which is what matters the most, I think. Here he's advancing with his mercenary Indian war elephants. I have more than enough skirmish fire or skirmish power to deal with them. But here I foolishly moved my horse archers to try and exploit this gap and get some flaming shots on his Indian war elephants really early, but no reason to really do that. Here this cavalry flank is just about won. My Persian cavalry did really well. 39 kills on Cataphracts is really good. The other one got 25, and Azat Knights also did quite okay. Persian hoplites, their timely support really helped out in that flank, I would say. Here, I've turned around my eastern archers to try and attack his armored horse archers, but they're going to get rear charged by these Parthian swordsmen if I don't act quickly. Here, my Azat Knights, who did okay, are going to get crushed by these Royal Cataphracts, and he's also brought his Indian war elephants to destroy this flank. Persian hoplites have done really well. In that short amount of time, they're going to. I was honestly expecting them to rout really quickly because of those elephants, but credit to them, they didn't. Here I'm bringing my noble spearman gen to just set up a nice defensive line over here, and then meanwhile what I'm doing is I'm going to turn around my archers so that they're fighting into this area, and that's one thing I really like about this new patch. The fact that the battles take a bit longer means that you can do more tactics like this and reposition your troops. In earlier battles, this wouldn't have been the case at all. Here, I have the opportunity to turn around and reposition my troops over here. And eventually, what I should do and what I am going to do is position these guys up on a hill so that they have a slight hill advantage as well. Meanwhile, I'm putting my noble spearman over here to absorb any eventual charge from his Indian war elephant. My Persian hoplite is basically done. They are losing, dropping down very slowly, but the morale penalty was good enough to rout them. Again, here I brought two noble spearmen actually. My other noble spearman is doing well. Parthian swords don't have really high attack anyways, so it would take a long time for them to kill off any type of unit, and especially spear units like these guys with their high armor and high melee defense. It's going to take a while to bog them down. I'm moving away with my noble spearman gen, just enticing his elephants to come into contact with come into range of my eastern slingers and archers. And here they are. He's taking the bait, and he's just going to charge in because he sees my general, and that's a high value target for him. Here I'm going to put these guys onto square so that it increases their bracing. I was a bit too slow, but it's good enough, I think. You can see some of his elephants are dropping, and that's just the concentrated fire from my eastern slingers and archers. These guys are already down to a couple of men, or down a couple of units. And here his Royal Cataphracts looks like it's going to be a threat, but what you got to notice is, with Cataphracts now, the mechanics have completely changed. These Cataphracts, since they're exhausted, look at how slow they're running. They're basically useful for only a couple of charges, and especially if you use them against, or if you use trample with them, they're useless after that first crucial charge. So they managed to get 20 kills on some eastern slingers. That's nothing, and it gave me enough time to bring my Persian hoplites to support this battle. Here his Indian war elephants have started to run amok. That thanks to concentrated slinger fire and archer fire. Here, whatever remaining cavalry forces that I have, I just kept rear charging and hammer and anviling them basically, while my noble spearmen lasted quite well. 90 kills on them, really. That's amazing. Now that his general died and his elephants died as well, that was basically it, and he called it a game. Very good game to my opponent, and GG, well played. My horse archers didn't do as well as they could have. Again, it was basically because they fought in a very wooded area of the map. My eastern archers and slingers proved to be pretty crucial, because they basically killed off all of his horse archers, who could have been a very big threat, if I didn't bring so many skirmishers. Besides them, all my spear units did really well. My noble spearman Jen, while he didn't get many kills, the fact that he could entice that enemy Indian war elephant to get in range of my archers was more than enough. I mean, he served his role just from that. The other noble spearmen did really well by holding up all of his Parthian swordsmen, and my Persian hoplites did really well by providing timely spear support to the cav flanks. Persian cavalry, it really depends on how well you use them. I don't think I would use this build again, because Azat Knights, first of all, aren't as strong as they can be. They should be buffed still just a little bit more. And maybe I'd bring max 3 shock cavalry now, because it really depends on how well you can micro them. You need to get a perfect rear or flank charge with these guys in order for them to be really effective. These Persian cavalry, some of them did really well. The ones that I got a clean charge with, they did really well. The others didn't really do as well as they could have. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this battle. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. Peace.